Greetings, everyone. Corey again, and it's time of the week again for another midnight review. And this week, I am reviewing X-Men: Days of Future Past. And as you can see, I do have a signed copy by Stan Lee as well as four other creators, writers, and producers that helped create this comic. I got very lucky with this one. I have mentioned it before in my man cave. But yeah, so that's today's movie is X-Men: Days of Future Past. So first off, I would like to say it's a pretty awesome movie, and also I would also like to mention that I haven't seen an X Men movie for a while since I don't really consider, you know, the director of this one did the first two, and those are very unique in their style. Where like the last one I saw, of course, was the Wolverine, which was really great. I loved it, especially the uncut version, which is pretty gruesome with some of the kills because it's really R rated. Where the original was PG-13. But yes, this one, it threw me off a little bit just to kind of get used to it again because it's been a while since I've seen, the old X-Men movie, and then especially since this year I've seen, Captain America, which has a totally different vibe, Spider-Man 2, which has a totally different vibe. I mean, it's three different Marvel movies from three different production companies, and it kind of shows. I mean, the Fox ones, the X-Men ones, those ones are more based, in realism, as far as the way they're shot, the styles, the way everything's framed and everything, the costume designs, everything like that. And that's one of the great things about this one is, when they have the future part, it's really futuristically appeasing, pleasing. Sorry, I can't talk. It's a little late. Um, and when they go back to the past, it really felt like they were, back in the 70s. It's pretty impressive when you could do that. And so this one I did see at 10 o'clock showing, so this is going to come out a little bit more earlier than my normal midnight reviews. Luckily, a lot of movies this year are coming out, a little bit early. So that's nice. I don't have to stay up too late, get really crazy. But yes, back to the movie. It's really good. I love it. I'm pretty sure I'll love it even more after I've really digested it better. Because right now it's like, I just came off seeing Godzilla last week, and I love that one. Spider-Man 2 was right before that, and I love that one. And May is actually a pretty busy month for me for movies, because the next week's going to be, I know I'm going to butcher this name. For some reason, I cannot pronounce it that well. Maleficent. It's the Snow White version with Angelina Jolie and everything. It looks really amazing. Ever since I saw the second trailer, I kind of been hooked. The first trailer didn't show too much. The second one hooked me. But back to X-Men. So this is a really great movie. Have you liked any of the X-Men movies before? Okay, maybe not including X-Men Origins, because that was probably the worst one, out of all the X-Men movies. Even though Wolverine, redeemed it, but this one is definitely the best one. It ties together the cast from X-Men First Class as well as the original X-Men crew, and they work really well. There's not too much face time, where they're interacting with each other except for like one or two scenes, but Wolverine is the, connecting fiber, I guess you could say, to the past and present, because, the whole time dimension, stuff like that. It's really cool to see that, as well as it's nice to see, the trilogy actors playing their characters, as well as the, first class characters playing their characters, and them kind of blending and showing, the evolution of certain characters. Like Mystique gets a really good storyline, and you see how she changes into the person that she becomes. Magneto has a little bit, not too much. It shows a little change in him, not as much as before. Xavier really, changes the most, of course. There's little hints and little nods here and there, like there was one scene that looks like they nodded to Jean Grey really quick. It's just a little redhead girl, during one of the scenes towards the end. They kind of held it a little extra, and it felt like that's supposed to be Jean Grey. But yeah, the other thing was Quicksilver was really cool. I actually liked him. From the original production, pictures and everything, it looked like it's gonna be kind of lame, but his scenes are pretty fun. The slow motion running and all that stuff is really fun. As well as there's little mentions of little jokes here and there, little quips you gotta pay attention a little bit, just to be like, hey, I like that, just small stuff. What else? The scene, just like I was saying, the way it was shot was really beautiful. I mean, everything looked really nice. Just no, I didn't even notice any shaky cam, which I love when there's steady shots to show off, your set designs, your costumes, the scene, especially if it doesn't require a shaky cam, why use it? If they're just talking, why do you need a shaky cam? Um, but yeah, it's a really great movie. I do highly recommend seeing it. I'm pretty sure you've already seen it because my more popular reviews, movies that I review, the more popular ones I usually don't get too many reviews on. Um, it's only the ones that not a lot of people are really iffy on. Those are the ones that get the better reviews, of course. Uh, but yeah, definitely see this. You're very doubtful about seeing it, and see it. If you've loved any of the other X-Men movies, definitely see this one. It ties everything together. The storyline's really cool. They changed some things here and there, but it's all for the better, pretty much, because originally the original stories and everything like that, it was, interesting. They send back Kitty Pryde instead of Wolverine, I believe was the original storyline. And also too you know, the original one, it's the girl on the front. That's the second coming of the Phoenix. So yeah, it's different. So with this one, there's no Phoenix, but there are little nods here and there, stuff like that. So it's really good. I do like it. There's little tiny stuff here and there, and of course, at the end of the credits, there is something to look at. Uh, it's pretty much sets up for the next, X-Men movie, which is X-Men Apocalypse, I believe, and I'm really looking forward to that. What else, man? The acting was great. Director was really good. Cinematography was really good. Everything was good. There was nothing I hated about this movie. I mean, if I really had to nitpick it, I don't even think I can nitpick it. It's a pretty perfect movie. Music and everything was great. Scenes and everything. It really felt emotional. I loved it. I saw it with some of my friends, and they loved it too. So, pretty happy about that. What else could you ask for, really, in the movie? But like I said, next movie that I'll be seeing is going to be Maleficent. For some reason I can't pronounce it, but that's the next one. I'm probably not going to see A Million Ways to Die in the West just because I know it's going to be funny, but it's like one joke that they're kind of writing off, so not too much. I'd rather spend my money towards the other one, even though it's a shorter film, which is interesting, but we'll see. So, till next week, guys. Later.